What's up guys, Victor Designs here for episode 2 of Gimp tutorials. So today we're going to be making a YouTube background. So open up Gimp, which I already have opened, and download the YouTube template. So I will provide a link for where you can download the template in the description below. So once you download it, open it up. It should be a PSD file, which means it should have these 4 layers on it. It's going to have the fade, which is this bottom part. The actual area, this is just to visualize what it's going to look like. So you're not going to need that in the end result. You have the vignette, which I usually prefer not to put that in, but you know, it's whatever you like. And the backdrop, which is the background. So, for the first thing that I always do is take off the vignette and the fade, because we could always put that in later. So, now first thing that we're gonna do is create the backdrop or the background. So, what color should I make it? Well, I have purple in here, so we're gonna make the background purple. So first create the foreground, then click the back to create the background. I'm gonna create a dark purple. That's good. I go to radial. You're gonna drag it outwards. Make that a little bit lighter. Make this a little bit darker. And it looks nice. Okay, so next thing that we're going to do is create a texture for this. Because, you know, this is boring. So let's make a grid texture. So what we're going to do is go to Filters, Render, Pattern, and we're going to do Grid. Pick the color that you want it. I'm going to make it black. I want this on a new layer. So new layer. Open this up. So this will show how big you want it, the spacing. The lower the spacing is, the more boxes you'll have. I want it pretty small, so I'll do it about 10. Press OK. It'll load. See if you like that. I'm gonna make this fade, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna zoom out. I'm gonna take my eraser brush, and I'm going to choose a soft brush. You're probably going to have this, and just drag this up to make the size bigger. I'm going to put it about 500, 490. And you're going to smooth this out. Is this actually going? And I messed up, of course. So, Control Z, keep clicking until we're done with that. Create a new layer. On this layer, you're going to do it. Press OK. Yep. Now you can use your eraser and erase around it. I'm going to lower the opacity on this a little bit. So I'd say about 50. And good. That looks nice. So now we're going to add, I think this will look good with some, I really don't know what to call it, spikes, I guess? I don't know. So what you're going to do is create a new layer, click your path tool, and you're going to create, so you're going to click one point right here, another point around, and make sure it's behind this content area. So you're going to click and drag down. I'm gonna click this point and drag it outward over here. If I want to show more of it. You can always drag the actual line to change the curves. Alright, that looks good. So, what we're going to do is next you're going to create a new point and connect it with this. So you're going to hold control and you're going to click on it. Don't worry about this because it's going to be behind it. You're going to click on this point. You're going to go up, cutting through it. Then once again connect it. Hold control and click this. Now, this is one of the most important parts, is you have to press enter to create the actual selection. So see, the selection is right here. Now we're going to fill this in with a grayish color. So go to your foreground and try to find a grayish color. So I'd say this is good. You see this right here, the V, it'll measure how bright it is. So I want it pretty dark. This is good. Now use the bucket fill tool, and I'm going to click inside of here. There. Press Ctrl Shift A to get rid of the selection, and now you have that. Excuse me. So once you have that, we want to make this beveled. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on this layer. You're going to go to Layer, Layer Effects, Bevel and Emboss. To get these layer effects, you're going to need to download a plugin. So you could probably just search a video on that, but I'll leave a link to the plugin below in the descriptions. You're going to go to Layer Effects, Bevel and Emboss. You're going to click on that. And something like this should show up. So what you're going to do is you're going to Style, change this to Inner Bevel, click Merge with Layer, and from here you could change all of the different settings. So you can always check Preview to see what it's going to look like. Alright, so we're going to increase the depth to about 15, size 15 as well, and soften, make 1. So let's see what that's going to look like. It's loading. That looks nice. So we're going to leave that. We're going to press OK. And it's going to put that on. Now, see, after you've done that, it'll have this line over here. And we don't want that. Alright? So, what we're going to do is we're going to take the Move tool. You're going to click on it. And with the arrow keys, you could slowly move this up. There. That's good. Alright, so Now that we have that, we want that on both sides. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this layer, we're going to duplicate it, then we're going to go to the flip tool. Make sure it's checked horizontal, and you're going to click on it. There. Now you should have two. Now what you're going to see is that there's this middle right here. So there are a bunch of different ways that you can do to fix this. One of them is just create a new layer, go down to your rectangle select this, and just fill it in with the same exact color that you have as this background. Bam, it's gone. Now you have something like this. So, now, again, this is boring. We want a texture to it. So, what you're going to do is you're going to go to File, Open, and you're going to want a grunge texture. You can easily just search this up on Google. Just search grunge texture, and you'll find it. So, I'm going to choose one. I think this one looks nice. Actually, maybe this one. So, open this up. It's kind of like middle-ish. Going to Control-C, copy and paste. Go to this. Control-V to paste it. Make sure, whenever you copy and paste something, you're going to click it, and it should say Floating Selection. You're going to right-click that and press to New Layer. Now it's going to be as a new layer. Now I'm going to rotate this to make sure it fits. Let me scale it. Now, actually, this is a great way to show you another thing. As you can see, this doesn't fit. It's too small. So, you're going to duplicate this. However many times you need to cover it. Now, as you can see, there's this horrible line right here. So, make sure it's overlapping a little bit. You see, this one's overlapping. You're going to go to the one that's on top, erase. Make sure you have the fuzzy, circle fuzzy, and you're going to erase some of this. Alright? Same with the one next to it. Erase some of it. Control, merge down. Or not control, right click. Once more. And now you have seamless texture. I'm just going to hide that for a second. As you can see, you have this part. They're in all different sections. So, once again, merge down. Merge down. Now it's all just one. Scroll this down. You can press the down arrow. Put this down. It should be on top. You see? It's on top. You're going to press this and alpha to selection. Make sure you click on the shape. Not the grunge, the shape. Alpha to selection that. So you see it has an outline of it. What you're going to do, then you're going to click on the grunge. You're going to press select, invert, and you're going to press delete. Deselect it with Control-Shift-A, and now you have an exact cutout of the shape. Press this, go to mode, and you press overlay. And now it'll have that texture on it. As you can see, it's right there. Actually, I'm going to lower the opacity of these lines. That looks good. I think I'm going to here. So now we have this line right here. I'm going to add one more to that. Do the same exact way. Merge down this. Actually, it's all one thing. So I'm going to do the exact same thing over to give it more depth. So what we're going to do, I'm going to take the paths tool once again, and I'm going to create another pattern for this. I'm going to go from here, I'm going to go a little bit farther down, and I'm going to create a curve. Don't want to do that. Okay. Click another point. Control click. Control click. Enter. New layer. Make sure it's on always a new layer. Click. And fill. Going to layer. Bevel. It'll always save the last thing that you've done. So all you gotta do is press OK. We've already have the old settings on. Press OK. Got that right there. Duplicate. Flip. Merge down. We've got that. Make sure you have it underneath the last one. So you're gonna press the down arrow. That looks nice. So we're gonna add a grunge texture once again. Go back to this. Copy. Paste this. Two new layer. And since you don't need to see all the way through it, you can easily just have two of them. Like that. Merge down. Alpha 2 selection. Select. Invert. Delete. Control Shift A. Make sure this is on top of the layer that you want the texture to be on. And overlay. Merge down. So now you have a really cool like concrete type effect on it. And yeah. So this is just part 1. I'm running out of time. This is already 18 minutes. So see you guys in part 2. See ya.